I'm Matt with eTrailer. If you got any trips coming up and you have your 2025 Hyundai Palisade, but you're running out of space in the back because either you got a lot of people with you or you just don't want it to get crowded or dirty, then the Stromberg Carlson Cargo Carrier is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. So you can use this in a lot of different situations. So let's say you plan on taking a camping trip. Right here we have this larger duffel bag, we've got a couple camping chairs, a cooler, and we still have room. It's going to be able to carry a lot. Or if you're someone who's just going to the hardware store, you need to get some mulch or concrete, anything that has a lot of leakage, you don't want that getting inside your vehicle, then keeping it outside is probably the best option for you. But we'd love to see how you're using it in either a picture or a comment. So I unloaded everything so we can get a better look at the carrier itself. And I want to get a measurement real quick of these sidewalls. And these are going to be sitting at about 3 inches. That's perfect. It's going to hold your gear in here pretty good. But you still want to use straps when you're putting anything back here. We're going to have a couple points here on the side, these smaller holes, and even some larger ones too, so you have some more options. Now what I wouldn't recommend tying off to or using any hooks with is going to be this mesh on the inside, because over some time that might start to warp. But what's nice about having a mesh on the bottom is just going to allow more airflow so your stuff doesn't get all moldy. And now let's talk about how our Palisade is going to interact with this cargo carrier. So you can see here, I have the hatch opened up just a little bit, and this is going to be the point where it's going to start to make contact with anything. So what I'd recommend doing is keeping your gear below 18 inches if you want to be able to open up the hatch. If you want to stack it above that, that's okay. You'll just have to take off that gear before you open it up. Now let's talk about how this carrier is going to sit back here. So the first measurement I want to get is going to be the ground clearance. So right now we're about 10.5 inches away from the ground, and if you load this up with some heavier items, what's going to happen is you're going to lose a couple inches that way too. So I will say this is pretty close, so just definitely keep an eye on it if you're going up any steep inclines like driveways or parking lots. Now if you're looking for a different option out there so you don't have to worry about that as much, I'd recommend the Reese Cargo Carrier, because that one's going to have a rise to its shank, so it's going to sit up a little bit higher from the ground. The next measurement I want to get is going to be the overall distance it sits out. So if we go from our back bumper to the back of the carrier, this is going to be just barely over 27 inches. And that's what I like about it. Compared to other cargo carriers out there, this is going to be a lot more compact, but it's going to be pretty wide, so you can still fit a lot on here. Now speaking to that width a little bit more, if we take a closer look at the passenger side, we are going to have this exhaust here. So that's going to get pretty hot. So I wouldn't put anything that's going to be either melted by the heat or just damaged by the heat on the side. I'd probably keep it away. And finally, let's talk about how it's going to install. So the way this is going to install is we're going to have our 2-inch shank that goes into your 2-inch hitch receiver. Now we'll say something we have unique today is we have this etrailer anti-rattle collar on here. That's going to prevent your cargo carrier from shaking when you're on the road. That's going to help reduce a lot of road noise. But let's go further in. And what I have today is a pin and clip too. This cargo carrier is not going to come with a pin and clip, so you'll have to invest in one separately if you don't already own one, because it is going to be required so you can haul with this. In my opinion, I think this is a pretty solid choice if you're looking for something more compact. Now, overall, I'd probably recommend the Reese Cargo Carrier just because it's going to sit up higher from the ground. You won't have to worry about it bottoming out on you. But the thing with the Reese Cargo Carrier is that's going to be much heavier, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to lug around if you are constantly taking this on and off the back of your Palisade. But of course, if you guys have any other questions, please let us know here at eTrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.